If you believe the universe was vast but comprehensible, the latest images from the Euclid Space Telescope will shatter that illusion forever. This revolutionary observatory has just unleashed a flood of new data and breathtaking views so profound, so intricate, and so revealing that astronomers are confessing they were utterly unprepared for the hidden realities now staring back at them. Euclid has captured millions of galaxies in unprecedented clarity, exposing invisible scaffolds of dark matter, unexpected gravitational warps, and cosmic patterns that hint at forces far more dominant and enigmatic than anyone dared predict. Tonight, I will guide you through these groundbreaking captures, explain why researchers are labeling them transformative, and reveal why, beneath their stunning beauty, they evoke a deep sense of cosmic unease once you grasp their true meaning. Stay until the end, because these revelations are merely the opening chapter in Euclid's quest to redefine everything we think we know about reality itself. Euclid stands apart from conventional space telescopes. It was never intended to linger on a single dazzling nebula or pinpoint one extraordinary galaxy. Its ambition reaches far deeper and far more disquieting. Launched by the European Space Agency in July 2023 and stationed 1.5 million kilometers away at L2, Euclid was engineered to chart the universe on a scale humanity has never dared attempt. Its extraordinarily wide field of view captures immense swaths of sky in one exposure, while preserving astonishing detail. This allows Euclid to render individual galaxies with sharpness, while simultaneously unveiling how billions interconnect into colossal cosmic architectures. What renders this profoundly troubling is that Euclid does not merely photograph visible light. It traces the ghostly imprint of dark matter through faint distortions in galaxy shapes via gravitational lensing. In essence, Euclid is illuminating the unseen backbone of the cosmos, a framework forged by an elusive substance we cannot detect directly, yet cannot ignore. When Euclid transmitted its initial deep field previews and survey mosaics, researchers were overwhelmed by the overwhelming vastness unfolding before them. In mere weeks of observation, the telescope documented over 26 million galaxies across patches of sky, with the farthest glimpsed more than 10 billion light-years distant. Stitched into panoramic views, these captures reveal intricate structures and distant beacons in numbers that dwarf previous surveys. Yet this represents only a tiny fraction of Euclid's ultimate atlas, covering less than 1% of its planned expanse. That stark truth is sobering. What appears as a complete vista is but a sliver of an incomprehensibly grander tapestry. Scientists can seamlessly zoom from overarching cosmic webs down to resolved spirals and ellipticals, exposing how matter organizes itself across billions of light-years. These are not simple snapshots. They are harbingers of the most expansive and precise 3D cosmic map ever conceived, instantly provoking profound questions about the depths of our ignorance. One of the most chilling insights from Euclid's recent releases emerges from deep probes into regions like the Perseus galaxy cluster, roughly 240 million light-years away. A single frame encompasses thousands of foreground galaxies alongside hundreds of thousands of fainter background sources. But deeper analysis uncovered thousands of previously undetected dwarf galaxies lurking in such environments. Faint satellites so dim they evaded prior instruments. This discovery carries weight because dwarf galaxies serve as exquisite probes of dark matter's grip. Their distributions, motions, and subtle warps betray concentrations of invisible mass. The revelation of so many hidden dwarfs implies that dark matter's web is far denser and more convoluted than models suggested. The cosmos is not merely infused with dark matter. It seems meticulously constructed upon it. Euclid's captures are revolutionizing views of grand architectures while simultaneously unveiling turmoil on intimate scales. In nearby irregular dwarfs and star-forming clouds like those pierced through dusty veils in Orion, Euclid exposed nascent stars and free-floating planetary mass objects adrift in darkness, hinting that rogue worlds may abound far beyond current estimates. In ancient globular clusters, it resolved peripheral stars long obscured, yielding fresh insights into stellar populations echoing the Milky Way's youth. In iconic nebulae, its penetrating vision disclosed hidden jets and embryonic planets where gas collapses under gravity's inexorable pull. These vistas depict a universe far from serene equilibrium, but one teeming with unrest, overcrowding, and perpetual transformation, driven by seen and unseen agents alike. As researchers assembled broader swaths of Euclid's incoming data, an inescapable motif crystallized. Galaxies do not drift haphazardly. They align along immense filaments, titanic strands spanning hundreds of millions of light-years, converging at packed nodes of clusters while skirting vast empties. Euclid's wide-field precision renders this cosmic web starkly visible. It resembles not a tranquil void sprinkled with lights, but an enormous interconnected lattice with luminous matter channeled along pathways dictated overwhelmingly by dark matter. These threads are no longer abstract constructs. Their effects manifest in the elongated forms, aligned orientations, and shared appearances of galaxies caught in their influence. The disquieting element lies in their omnipresence and magnitude. This web commands the universe, ensnaring every visible component within its invisible dominion. Euclid excels particularly in charting weak gravitational lensing with unmatched accuracy. By discerning minute ellipses and arcs in the shapes of remote galaxies, it maps where unseen mass curves space-time. These deformations are delicate, nearly imperceptible without Euclid's breadth and sharpness. Yet aggregated over millions of sources, they delineate vast halos of dark matter, enveloping clusters and filaments. What instills apprehension is the sheer invisibility of these behemoths. They emit nothing, reflect nothing, yet their mass eclipses the baryonic realm by factors of 5 or more. Euclid lays bare a cosmos where the prevailing substance evades all direct interaction, silently orchestrating the trajectories and destinies of luminous structures. Euclid's plunge into temporal depths amplifies the discomfort. Many galaxies in its fields lie over 10 billion light-years removed. Their light emitted when the universe was a fraction of its current age. Framing these primordial systems beside nearer contemporaries enables direct comparison of evolutionary stages across cosmic epochs. Emerging analyses indicate that large-scale structuring emerged sooner and more robustly than anticipated. Filaments coalesced early, clustering accelerated, dark matter aggregated with surprising rapidity. The universe appears to have matured at a pace that strains gradual hierarchical models, compelling reconsideration of gravitational physics in the young cosmos. The most sobering perspective is this: all these profound insights derive from Euclid's nascent operations, a mere prelude covering scant portions of sky. Over 99% of its 6-year-wide survey remains ahead. As observations accumulate, resolutions sharpen, anomalies multiply, and unforeseen configurations surface. If preliminary glimpses already unsettle assumptions about dark matter distribution and early assembly, the completed mosaic could prove paradigm-shifting. Euclid is amassing a repository of such magnitude and fidelity that it promises to reshape foundational cosmology, from dark matter's particle nature to dark energy's role in perpetual acceleration. Euclid's portrayals also spotlight absences as much as presences. Immense voids, cavernous realms hundreds of millions of light-years across, appear barren at superficial glance. Yet Euclid delineates their boundaries with precision, showing how surrounding filaments and walls sculpt these empties. Galaxy distributions imply repulsive forces at play, with dark energy inflating these bubbles and hastening universal separation. In Euclid's renderings, voids transcend mere absences. They emerge as dynamic expanses where space-time itself stretches under mysterious tension. The implication unsettles. Cosmic architecture is not static or merely diluting. It undergoes active reconfiguration by an accelerating agent. Euclid was conceived foremost to interrogate dark energy, the enigmatic driver of expedited expansion. By cataloging positions, shapes, and redshifts of billions of galaxies, it gauges how growth rates evolved across history. Initial weak lensing and clustering measures from recent data exhibit faint but insistent discrepancies with constant dark energy paradigms. These hints suggest possible temporal variation, an evolving equation of state that would upend late-time cosmology. If substantiated, dark energy reveals itself not as a steady cosmological constant, but a mutable entity complicating the universe's ultimate fate. With escalating data volumes, astronomers confront an unprecedented hurdle. Billions of objects mapped in 3 dimensions overwhelm traditional analysis. Patterns spanning scales beyond human intuition demand sophisticated computations and machine learning to discern. Euclid compels dependence on algorithmic interpreters for insights from its own observations, forging a curious cycle where comprehension of reality filters through non-human cognition. The unease stems not from volume alone, but from how much cosmic truth may reside outside intuitive grasp. Euclid's crystalline views lay bare the fragility of current paradigms. Dark matter halos, dark energy repulsion, lensing signatures, accelerated growth, all dominate yet rest on incomplete frameworks riddled with unknowns. Euclid magnifies effects with exquisite fidelity while underscoring the chasms in causation. We chart influences masterfully but remain blind to essences. Euclid does not merely depict the universe, it confronts us with the boundaries of knowledge, a realm where the majority operates in obscurity, known solely through gravitational echoes on the visible minority. On initial inspection, Euclid's vistas captivate with ethereal splendor. Spirals gleam, clusters shimmer, nebulae diffuse in harmonious hues, but prolonged examination breeds disquiet. The allure derives from unflinching precision. Every crisp filament trace, every subtle shear, every flawless arc testifies to relentless mechanics operating across abyssal voids. Beauty here signals not tranquility, but inexorable law. Gravity yields to no pause. Dark matter relinquishes no hold. Expansion admits no deceleration. Visually soothing compositions mask a reality of ceaseless deformation and inexhaustible drive. Euclid reinforces a humbling hierarchy. Luminous galaxies do not direct structure. They adorn it. Dark matter condensations precede, collapsing into halos that predetermine where baryons may condense and ignite. Visible components inhabit preordained niches within invisible scaffolds. Euclid's dual mapping of shapes and lensing renders this precedence undeniable. The observable universe overlays a concealed infrastructure, one that prescribes existence and evolution. The profound implication: all we behold is derivative, ephemeral embellishment upon an enduring, unseen foundation. Euclid's frames achieve a mesmerizing temporal compression. One vista juxtaposes local galaxies in present form against distant progenitors from infancy, with intermediate epochs bridging. Past, present, and formative phases share the canvas. Euclid thus chronicles history in space. Researchers trace morphological shifts, clustering progression, and strengthening dark influence by distance proxy. The revelation chills. Our epoch constitutes a fleeting instant in an epic continuum predating terrestrial formation and persisting indefinitely beyond. As Euclid advances through its mission, early anomalies already proliferate. Unexpected lensing strengths, atypical void morphologies, clustering statistics, deviating from predictions. Instruments of such aperture historically unearth the unforeseen. Euclid may compel not only cosmological tweaks, but revisions to gravity's domain or dark sector compositions. The possibility unnerves. The universe it unveils might defy full explication within prevailing theoretical arsenals. Euclid uniquely bridges scales in singular exposures. Vast webs spanning billions of light years coexist with resolved disks and star-forming knots within dwarfs. This simultaneity exposes profound linkage. Forces governing megaparsec filaments also modulate parsec-scale birth. No clean hierarchy separates grand from granular. Everything interlinks. Distant gravity subtly imprints local dynamics, rendering the cosmos a singular, interdependent system. Familiar targets revisited by Euclid yield surprises anew. Known clusters harbor undisclosed dwarfs. Nebulae conceal rogue objects. Globulars reveal overlooked outliers. If cherished regions concealed such depths, what veils shroud the unexplored? Euclid erodes complacency, proving that prior mastery was illusory, limited by instrumental perspective. Euclid's backward gaze functions as a temporal portal. Remoter equates to younger, enabling reconstruction of assembly from near uniformity to webbed complexity. Yet observed rapidity of organization, swift halo formation, prompt galaxy sequestration, defies languid expectations. Euclid suggests a cosmos that coalesced with decisive vigor, challenging accretion timelines. As analyses deepen, inquiries outpace resolutions alarmingly. Each mapped anomaly spawns enigmas. Each lensing refinement questions gravity. Each expansion probe unsettles dark energy. Euclid does not close chapters. It amplifies provisionality, hinting that ultimate queries remain unformulated. Stepping back, Euclid's revelations coalesce into inescapable verdict. These images terrify not through catastrophe or menace, but through revelation of exquisite order. A rigorously interconnected, precisely governed expanse dominated by invisibles we cannot explain. Dark matter architects, dark energy dismantles, visible matter obeys, galaxies trace predestined routes, voids expand under compulsion. This machinery forged our haven, yet operates on principles glimpsed dimly. We inhabit not serene isolation, but immersion in a dynamic edifice of enigmatic physics, vast beyond reckoning. Euclid's visions enchant undeniably, yet their honesty pierces. They portray a universe indifferent to visibility, comfort, or anthropic scale. And this marks only inception. With the bulk of its survey pending, if nascent data already provokes re-evaluation of dark constituents, gravity, and evolution, the consummate atlas may demand wholesale reconstruction. To remain at the vanguard of these upheavals, to fathom implications beyond surface splendor, ensure you subscribe. Voice your reflections below, for this juncture signals science's quiet revolution. Share widely and ponder deeply. The universe Euclid exposes endured eternally. We are only now awakening to its unyielding truth.